Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the why do I say the general? This is General Hospital. And let's get right into it. It's Friday. Yay! July the 8th, 2022. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna let y'all judge because I'm gonna let y'all judge it. Because I would give it a 7, but I might just be doing that because it was people that I'm not really interested in on the soap today. So I'm gonna let y'all get into that. All right, guys. So listen, we are going to start off with, let's go to Brooklyn and Chase. So Brooklyn and Chase, they meet up. We saw yesterday where he called her, and she was like, "Let's meet and just talk and everything." And so they do that, and they just say that, man, we can't keep going the way we're going. Like we're not. Our friendship is toxic, and so they do this whole thing when they about to kiss again, and then Brooklyn looks. I'm sorry, I went to sleep on them because they about to kiss again, and then Brooklyn backs up, and I say, "Stop it." I forgot my earrings. At this point, I don't care anymore. Like, stop it. I don't care anymore about you two and your relationship. Y'all not finna keep teasing me about we finna put them together. No, we not. Yeah. We gonna go and put them together. I don't even care. Put them together or don't put them together. I'm not longer invested with them. Y'all not finna keep teasing me with this relationship that I want to happen and it's not gonna happen. But anyways, he does decide that because she shows him the video of, that Leo posted of him and all the people that really enjoy and love his singing. And so she was like, let's give it a try. So he's up for it. He's gonna think about it, but he's gonna give it a try, whatever, after seeing all that. So then we go to my who knew that I like this couple, but it is Olivia. It is Alexis and Gregory. I don't care. I know y'all don't like Alexis, but these two have chemistry. And on a show where there are so many couples that don't have chemistry, it's nice to see this with them. So they're going back and forth and they're very intelligent. So they're going back and forth with each other and correcting each other's grammar and everything. And so the end of the day, she's going to read his opt-in and decide if she want to put it in the invader. And he said, let's make a bet because I think you're gonna keep every word or whatever. If you like it, I guess they're gonna spend time with each other, do something, but it's cute. I like it. Um, you know, listen, it can't always be about the younger people and like 40 and under in relationships and stuff. It cannot always be about that. I like to see where they still use their veteran actors to still have romances and relationships and all that kind of stuff. So I'm enjoying this. Another relation and I'm done with them for today. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. And so then we see who else. Um, Child, Anna is on the phone and she called and she says, she's talking to the clinic about the days that Valentine was there or whatever. And so Victor come up and Victor is like, I'm trying to see what you looking into my son about what's your intentions with him. And she said, well, what are your intentions with him? Because I'm trying to see what you want to do with him or whatever. And he says, well, at the end of the day, Anna, I trust him. And she says, I trust Valentine. I don't trust the people around him because she knows that Victor is whatever's going on with Valentine. She knows Victor is behind it. And I wish Valentine was trust Anna enough. Y'all know I said I ain't like these two because they was boring. But when Anna is in detective mode like this, sorry, when Anna is in detective mode like this, she's not boring to me. But I don't know why. But when she gets around like Felicia and them and they're just sitting there talking, it's boring. But when she's moving and she's dealing with like Victor and all them, I'm interested because I was interested in this today. So, anyways, so both of them, she and Victor both don't trust each other, and both of them know. Like Anna wants the best for Valentine. Victor just wants to use Valentine, and she told him that. She says, "What you just described is all that benefits you, and how you would use Valentine to benefit you." Or whatever. So, anyways, she gets a call back, right? And they tell her, yeah, the dates that you gave, Valentine, he was only here a week. She said, so they were like, the dates you gave extended it. I said, come on, Anna, get to the bottom of it. And so she like, okay, I am. And so she tells Victor, she ain't even tell him bye. She just walk away. And so she leaves. And so then Valentine was over there with Laura, right? And he was talking to Laura, sitting down, making a small chat about Charlotte, and she said, I sent her a care package and all that. Because, with Lulu being gone, or Laura really is stepped up so that Charlotte can know that side of her family. All right, cool. So Valentine, she tells Valentine, Anna talks about you, and he was like, she be talking about me, and she said, yeah, she be talking about you, and she likes you, like she respects you, and she says, I hope you're worthy of that trust that Anna has, and she just tells Valentine, you're such a great dad, and I know you would do everything to protect Charlotte, and he says, yes. I would do anything to protect her and everything, but Laura's not picking up on it. And then he talked about her as being mayor in past tense. And she said, why you say past tense? And he said, you know what, with the merger with ELQ, I'm just tired. I'm not thinking correctly. I'm clumsy and all that. So then Laura had to get up and take a phone call, which was Charlotte. I moved ahead. But anyway, she had to get up and take a phone call and everything. And he put something in her drink. I said, Valentine, what you doing? And so she sits down and everything, and she put tea and stuff in her drink. I mean, sugar in her tea, and she's talking to him, and she's just telling him what a good man, like, be good is what she's telling him. Like, when you and Anna could have this nice relationship, you're trying to turn over a new leaf so that you could be a good influence in Charlotte's life and everything. And Valentine was like, man, I can't let you drink this. So he knocked it out of her hand. And then Kevin was there when he did that. And so Kevin was like, what's happening here? And he said, oh, I'm just being so clumsy. I'm tired. And Kevin was like, I've never known you to be clumsy. And Valentine said, you know what? It's the merger. And I'm just tired. And he leaves. So then Anna comes up to Laura and Kevin, and she tells them she was looking for Valentine, but now that she's here, she don't know if because Laura is like, I mean, Anna is like, she wants to ask Valentine like what's going on or whatever, but she don't know if she wants the answer because she likes getting to know him and forming this romantic relationship with him, and she see the red flags, but you know how you be running past some red flags because you don't want to know. And that's where she is, and Laura and Kevin was like, but you need to find out or whatever. So that's it. Oh, and then Kevin tells Laura about Elizabeth, about her checking herself out of Shady Brook. So then we go to Valentine, who goes over to Victor, and Victor said, what did he say? Is Laura dead or is demise or something? I said, wait, was you trying to kill Laura? And Valentine said, nah, she's not. And Victor said, why not? And Valentine said, because I failed. And Victor was just like, well, that's not gonna do, or something like of that to the effect. And I said, Victor, you know how many times you failed? Shut that up and stop using and stop playing Charlotte as a pawn for you, like Valentine told you the other day. You just using Charlotte as a pawn, and y'all, that's the end with them. I told you, I'm trying not to hold you long, and that's the end with them guys. Okay, but now I told you Kevin had told Laura about Valentine, excuse me, about Elizabeth checking herself out. So then we go to Shady Brook, and he's there, and Finn comes in, and Finn's like, I need to see her. And he said she checked herself out, and Finn said, did you approve this? Like, what's going on? Is she good to go? And Kevin said, nah, HIPAA, I can't tell you. And he says, I just need to know, is she okay? And Kevin says, you know, I, she just needs to lean on the people around her, which gives Finn all the answers that he needs, right? So then we see that Elizabeth goes to okay, so Terry and Britt are talking. They say, oh, Epiphany made changes to the schedule, and they said, dang, we're gonna be short staffed with the nurses or whatever. We need to like find coverage. And Elizabeth's like, here I am. And they said, oh, you got checked out. Like, I'm not gonna hold you long, so I'm not gonna be doing all that detail. And so Elizabeth was like, here I am, I'm here to work, I'm free. And they said, oh, did you get clearance from HR? And she said, why do I need clearance? So then Britt was like, because you have to have clearance, because she was like, because you have to have clearance so that we can work you. And so Elizabeth started going off on Britt, and I said, wait a minute now, Elizabeth, I barely like you, and I like Britt, so back it up, girl. But she said, and so she started going in on Britt, telling Britt that, oh, you probably didn't want me to come back. You probably were happy thinking I would never get back or whatever, and you were delighted in it. And Britt said, well, no, I actually think you're a great nurse, and I wanted you to come back. And Elizabeth just reading Britt the business and stuff. And Britt said, first of all, you can't come back unless you have clearance by HR. So unless you have that, you need to get off the floor and go home. And she said, "Oh, you can't tell me to go home. You don't have any power here. You're just the chief of staff." And she said, "Terry, tell her, and you gonna let her speak to me like this?" And Terry said, "Well, girl, honestly, the way you act, the way you acting, you need to go home. No, I can't let you come back." She said, "But Britt's right. Elizabeth, you can't just come back in here like this." And so Britt was like, "I'm out. Deal with this. I'm gone." And so Terry was like, "Elizabeth, what you doing?" She said, "You know she don't like me, and and you team Britt now over me." And she said, "You know I'm always on your side, girl, but you can't be doing this. Like, And she said, she was like, "You have to have clearance, you know, protocol." And she said, "But I checked myself in." She said, "But even if you checked yourself in, you have to have clearance to be able to come back here or whatever." And she was like, "Fine." And so then we see Finn come in. I don't know why I don't like these two together, but ooh, I'm awake. They're boring to me. Like Finn and Elizabeth are boring, but she tells him she want a relationship with him and all that. I said, "Finn, don't get a relationship with this girl because she is not where she needs to be." But he says, "Okay, cool, we're gonna be in a relationship. I'm not gonna hold you long." And then he hugs her, and you can see all the worry on his face. So then Britt and Terry talk or whatever, and they talk about Elizabeth, and she said she's still concerned about her. And Britt is like, "What is going on with her?" But Terry ain't gonna tell too much. But she just says, she just needs our support. All right, let's move on from them. So then we see that Britt and Terry talk about society setup because Terry was like, not her little boo thing on left town or whatever because y'all was wrong for that General Hospital. She trying to find love again, so she's thinking about getting on society setup. And Britt was like, "Well, maybe you could have more luck than I have or whatever." So anyways, that's it with them about being on society setup. So then we see that Britt has a match on the society setup, and who would it be? Nobody but Cody. Now speaking of Cody, he is over there at the Quartermains, and Olivia come in or whatever, and she telling him, "Thank you so much for being so friendly with Leo," and they just continue to bond and all that. So then Ned come in, and Ned is like, "I looked at your resume, you don't stay a place long." And Olivia was like, "Ned," he said, "No, no, no, I get it." He was like, "But y'all giving me a job and a place, I could see myself settling down because this is the job that I would want to have. And it's a nice place, and he gets to stay upstairs and all that." So he was like, "I'm cool staying here or whatever." And he says, plus, he's really enjoying working with Leo. And they said, "I just wanted to be sure because he don't want Leo to get attached and then he leaves." And he said, "I completely understand that." So then Cody, he gets a little thing on his phone and he sends out that Britt is a match for him or whatever. And I said that's what he had going on with Spinelli. He blackmailed him into making him a match for Britt. That's it. Let's move on from them because that's it. So then we see Olivia and Ned talking. So when Olivia and Ned talk, he says, "Are we in a good place?" And she said, "Yes." She said, "I appreciate you talking to me, and but we gotta communicate and talk and keep that line of communication open." And he says, "I understand." So then he was like, "What's going on? You see, it seems more like stress." And she tells him about Metro Court and what Carly did. And he said, "Man," he said, "See, that's another reason why I should have talked to you because you could have warned Carly." And she said, "No, I ain't find out till that morning, so it would have been too late anyway." So she said, "I didn't know Carly was doing that." And he said, "Well, we could just buy Metro Court for Carly and, give it to her and she could just pay us back the amount that she paid in for it." And she said, "I already asked Carly that. She already told us no." I said, "Well, if Ned say he could just buy it like that, then y'all are right. Michael should be able to just buy this like that for Carly." And has anybody talked to Michael about what his mama did? I don't know, child. But anyways, Olivia and Ned are in a good place, which I do like them as a couple. So I'm happy that they're in a good place or whatever. Cause I don't want another breakup. Or would you want to break up? All right, y'all. And I think that's all I got for you today. That was what happened on General Hospital. Maybe it was a 7. Maybe it was a solid 7 for 7.5 because it did move the story forward with Valentine a little bit. So I, I hope you guys have a safe and blessed weekend. Be safe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't subscribe, that's okay. I'll still be doing these videos for you. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you Monday for a new week of General Hospital. What happened on the Soaps General Hospital. Bye.